Welcome back to Hot Button Sports. My name is James Bryan. As always, bringing you some Nova Scotia U15 major action between the Dartmouth Whalers and the Western Hurricanes. Puck about to drop here shortly. And this game will get underway. Yes, it is Western Hurricanes. Two teams here that have had slow starts to the season. A win tonight would be huge for either of these squads as the puck is dropped for our 15-minute first period. Dumps it down. Played by Black. Black. Up to Sear. Sear loses it. Taken by LaRue. LaRue skate in. And that will be stoppage there. Corgum. Hurricanes don't have numbers on their sleeves. That's nice. Oh, and the lights are on here in the Zatzman Sportsplex. And always beautiful Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Corkum. Pass. To Knox. Up now to Chambers. Loses it. Taken by Wakeham. Wakeham. Up to Chip. Corkum shoots it down. And that will be offside. We will have our second stoppage of the game. Not even 45 seconds in. We already have had two whistles. You'll get it here. It's Bennett. Bennett now. Played by Taylor. Taylor. Taylor chips it up. Sent down. Played and covered by the Western goalie. Looks like the goalie today is Joseph McMullen for the Hurricanes. For the Whalers, Gordy Black starting in net. Puck is dropped. Blinn up to the captain. Bear Duel. Taylor. Battle here in the corner. Taken by Duell. Duell out front. Shot no good. Taken by Johnson now. Johnson up to Brown. Brown, and that will be offside, so we'll have another whistle. 13:36 remaining here in the first period. Dimmel. Here we go. Taken up top by Mosher. Mosher. Pass it over to McDougall. Pass back to Mosher. Mosher shot no good. Mosher now with the puck. Mosher coming through. Finds Kostopoulos at the point. Kostopoulos shot. Tipped off the stick of McDougall. And that will go out. Kostopoulos. Nice shot there. And we will have another offensive zone faceoff. McDougall loses the draw. Taken by the the Hurricanes. It's Tenwold. Back to Kostopoulos. Up to McDonald. Here comes Callum McDonald. McDonald over to Mosher. Mosher shot. Saved and covered. Both teams playing in their second last games of the regular season before the Christmas break. Whalers will get back in action tomorrow in Truro at 1 p.m. and the Hurricanes will play in East Hants at 11 a.m. Taken by Corkum. Corkum up to Churchill. Churchill pass up to Chambers. Chambers coming through. Played by Wakeham. Wakeham knocked off the puck. Taken by Churchill. Churchill down to Chambers. Battle here in the corner. Chipped up by Wakeham. Tries to find Danton. No good. Kept in by Kellen Ferguson. Taken by Norton Connors behind the net. Norton Connors fires it up to Sim. Nice pass by Norton Connors. Sim's coming in, takes a shot. Knocked off there. Up to Churchill. Churchill, pass to Santo. Santo. Over, play by Wakeham. Wakeham, pass up. Tries to find LaRue, no good. Taken by Corkum. Corkum. Played in the corner by Wakeham. Wakeham. Down to Taylor. Taylor. Through. Tries to find Chip. No good. Here's Chisholm now with it. Chisholm. Chisholm shot. Nice save by Joseph McMullen. McMullen, the goalie for the Hurricanes, one win this season, where 2 weeks ago they beat Warewell 6-3. Warewell, the second best team in the league. That was quite a big upset there. An important win for the Bombers. Pass up to Dimmel. Dimmel. Back to Blinn. Blinn. Shot. Saved by Black. Dimmel with the rebound. No good. Taken by Taylor. Taylor. Up to Sear. Sear takes a tumble there. Offside is called. Levi Chisholm plays the puck. Chisholm. Up to Chip. Back to Chisholm. Chisholm. Down to Taylor. Taylor. Going for a skate. Shoots it down. No icing is called. We're trying to get in there. Puck taken away by Chip. Here comes Chip. Chip coming around with it. No good. Battle here in the corner. Puck is loose. Taken away by the Bombers. Here comes Blake Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Out front to Dimmel. No good. Taken by Mood Ross. Mood Ross still on it. Taken away by Taylor. Taylor down to Craig. Craig. Over to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos. Up to Brown. Brown over to Taylor. Taylor back to Brown. Brown back to the Bombers. Dimmel knocked off the puck. Brown now with it. Brown up to Taylor. Taylor can't get a stick on it. Played by Hughes. Hughes. Hughes now. Pass over to Knox. Big hit by Taylor. Craig now with the puck. Craig. Craig still on it. Still on the puck. Pass to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos back to Craig. Played out to Tenwold. Tenwold taken away by Kostopoulos. Here comes Kostopoulos up to Johnson. Johnson loses it. Taken by Dion. Dion kept in by Mosher. Mosher on it. Norton Connors over to Wakeham. Wakeham fans on a pass. Up to McDougall. Jack McDougall now with the puck. McDougall going for a skate. McDougall. Shot. Just hits the back of the net. McDougall now still with it. McDougall. Shot. Tries to get tipped by Mosher up front. No good. Played by McDonald. McDonald. Down. Up to Dion. Played up by Tenwolf, and that will be a whistle there. Feels like the first whistle in a while. 8:44 to go here in the first period. Played back to Corkum. Corkum up to Churchill. Churchill pass to Santo. Santo toe drag shot just wide. Played by Danton now. Here's Danton. Over to Taylor. Taylor now behind the net. Nice screen by Levi Chisholm. Churchill behind the net. Churchill tries to find Bruce up front, no good. Santo, taken away by Taylor. Taylor, up to Sim. Sim, fans on a pass. Churchill coming up with it. Churchill, down, taken by Bruce. Bruce, taken by Dimmel. Dimmel, up to Churchill. Churchill, rifles it in to the zone. Chisholm now with the puck. Chisholm, over to LaRue. LaRue takes a cross check there. Still on the puck. LaRue, pass out, shot. Just hits the post. Taylor up to tries to find Sear. Played by Corkum. Corkum now. Deflected by Chip. Sear. Bennett to Dimmel. Dimmel, shot just wide. Played up by Sear. Sear, pass to Luke Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos now. Coming down, shot, no good. Taken by Blim. Blim. Cut in by Chip. Play it back to Blim. Blim. Fans on it, taken by LaRue. LaRue. Out to Wakeham at the blue line. Wakeham. Back down to LaRue. LaRue. Shot. Just wide. Taken by Craig. Craig to Wakeham. Wakeham to Craig. Craig. Pass deflected. Played by Mood Ross in the defensive zone. Taken back by Wakeham. Wakeham. Down to Brown. Wakeham tries to hit Tenwell there, no good. Johnson up to Brown. Brown to Taylor. Taylor. Drop pass to Brown. Brown. Over to Norton Connors. Norton Connors shoot. Blocker save. Played by Taylor. Taylor over to Brown. Brown to Johnson. Johnson back to Taylor. Taylor backhand shot. Puck is loose. Ah, nice play there. Tenwold now with it. Tenwold tries to find Dion. Batted away by Wakeham. Wakeham falls to his knees. Western coming away with it. Tenwold taken by Taylor. Taylor. Pass up. Pass up to Brown. Brown through. To Churchill. Churchill. Over to Tenwold. Tenwold. Shot. No good. Played over to Mosher. 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 Loses it to D'Entremont. Now Dion with it. Dion up. Chisholm keeps it in. To Mosher. Mosher shot down just wide. Played behind by Hughes. Hughes up to Ferguson. Ferguson up to Churchill. Churchill coming up the burst of speed, taken away by Taylor. Here's Chisholm with the puck. Chisholm tries to find McDonald. Up. And that will be an icing. So we will have a Hurricanes offensive zone faceoff. Good pressure there by the Western Hurricanes. Pass out. Taken by Taylor. Taylor to Chisholm. Chisholm up to Mosher. Mosher to McDougall. McDougall. Don't touch it outside. Doesn't touch it. Smart play there by McDougall. Santo with it. Santo. Poked free. Shot down by Ferguson. Ferguson dumps it down. Played by Taylor. Taylor. Shot up. Intercepted. Taken by Ferguson. Ferguson down to Chambers. Chambers over to Chisholm. Chisholm to Corkum. Corkum up now. Stick lifted by Taylor. Black to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos now coming up. Kostopoulos pass over to Danton. Down to Bruce. And that Looks like Kostopoulos is hurt. He skates himself off the ice, but he was favoring that shoulder, I believe. 0-0 here, 3:41 to go here in the first. Offensive zone faceoff upcoming. One back to Blinn. Blinn, taken by Sim. Sim shoots it up. Played by Mood Ross. Mood Ross over to Bruce. Bruce to Wakeham. Off the stick of Wakeham. Taken by Hosian. Hosian shot down to Black. Up to Wakeham, and Wakeham shoots it at the mesh. 3:15 to go here in this first period. Tenwold down to Blinn. Wakeham up to McDonald. McDonald to Blinn. Blinn now up to Dion, and that will be offside. Yes. Face off one by D'Entremont to Tenwold. Pass down to Hughes. Hughes up to Dion. 3-on-1 here for the Hurricanes. Dion over to D'Entremont. D'Entremont shoots, scores! Chase D'Entremont with his 5th of the season makes it 1-0 Western in the dying minutes of this first period. That is a big goal for Chase D'Entremont. One back by Corkum. Corkum up. Chisholm. Chisholm over to Taylor. Taylor up to Sear. Sear. Push it through.
Assist number 26, Rex Leon.
Chisholm.
Number 20, Not Hughes.
Big hit.
21 seconds.
Looks like
From Dion and Hughes.
Looks like that will be a penalty though.
21.
Oh, no penalty, but Chisholm is slow to get up, pointing at his tailbone.
Seven,
803, 8575. If that is your 50-50 ticket, congratulations. Wakeham over to Taylor. Taylor to Bennett. Bennett. Pass up to Dewell. Dewell. Backhand shot. Puck is loose out front. No good. Taken by Sear. Sear up to Chip. Chip down to Dimmel. Dimmel shot. Just wide. Wakeham now with it. Wakeham. Over. Kept in. Kept in by Taylor. No good. Taylor. Pass up to Churchill. Churchill. Shot. Saved by Black. Big goal there for the Hurricanes. Chase D'Entremont getting his 5th of the season, his 8th point of this year. So the minute 34 to go here in the first period. It'll be 1-0 offensive zone face-off by Blinn. Blinn down to Churchill. Churchill down to Santo. Santo loses it over to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos to Brown. Through to Craig. Craig. Coming through. Chambers. Right back to Taylor. Taylor. Down to Johnson. No good. Back to Brown. Brown no good. Taken away. Up for the Hurricanes. It's Chambers. Chambers. Shot. Turned away by Black. Kostopoulos. Up to Johnson. Johnson. Over to Brown. Brown taken by Santo. Santo tries to find Bennett out front. No good. Now here come the Whalers. Brown. Digging in the corner there. Brown wants it. Brown will not get it. Taken away by Blinn. Blinn. Back to Santo. Santo. Up. That be played by Black to Norton Connors. Norton Connors loses it, but Taylor gets it. 10 seconds to go. Taylor blows a tire behind the net. Taylor. Taylor will hold it, and that will do it for the first period. Don't go away. Second period's coming right up. And we are back for the second period. 20 minutes to be played. Let's go. Back to Taylor. Taylor over to Norton Connors. Norton Connors up to McDougall. Off the stick. I think that will be an icing. Western, if they are able to hold on to this 1-0 lead, still two full periods of hockey left to be played. However, if Western is able to hold on to this lead, it would only be their second win of the season. Would slide them nicely in 11th place. Kept in by Corkum. Corkum. Down to Tenwald. Tenwald. Up to Ferguson. Ferguson down to Tenwald. Tenwald. Up to Dion. Dion to Corkum. Corkum down to Tenwald. Tenwald. Big hit by Norton Connors. Norton Connors over to McDougall. McDougall takes it away. McDougall to Wakeham. Wakeham coming through. Wakeham shot. Nice glove save by Joseph McMullen. McMullen made a few nice saves here today, yet to concede in this contest. Face-off won by the Hurricanes. It's up to Bennett. Bennett shot, saved by Black. Norton Connors with the puck. Nice stick lift by Norton Connors. Up to Chip. Chip, puck kept in by Blinn. Blinn back. Played by Wakeham behind the net. Wakeham. Kept in by Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Down to Bennett. To Norton Connors. Norton Connors. Over to Why Not. Bennett now. Down. Intercepted by Wakeham. Wakeham coming up with it. Wakeham. Wakeham shot. Save. Wakeham tries to get in there. No good. Played by Ferguson. Ferguson up. Intercepted by LaRue. LaRue. Pass. Tries to find a pass. No good. Sear tries to get in there. He's reverse hit. Mood Ross now with it. Mood Ross shot. Save. And covered by Gordy Black. Gordy Black, 5'10". Yeah. Puck is about to drop here. 19 to go in this second period. Shot just wide. Kept in by Hughes. Hughes. Down. To Santo. Santo with the puck. Santo. Up. Taken away by the Whalers. Here's Taylor. Taylor. Taylor coming through. Taylor. Backhand shot. No good. Taylor still with the puck. Tries to find Brown out front. No good. Brown still on it. Out to the point to Kasopoulos. Kasopoulos shot. Save by Nick Mullen. Kostopoulos with 1 goal on the year. Still looking for that elusive second. Just as hard as the first. Up to Wakeham. Wakeham. Back down to Brown. Brown over to Johnson. Johnson shot. Tipped by Taylor. Taylor. Battle for the puck here on the boards. Poked out front. Taken by Tinwindle. Wakeham. Down to Brown. Brown taken away by Tenwold. Or no, taken away by Corkum. Corkum to Tenwold. Tenwold to Corkum. Corkum. Puck on a stick. Shot. Saved by Black. Dion tries to get it. No good. Taken by Wakeham. Wakeham. Wakeham flips it up to Johnson. Johnson gets in there. Johnson forced to change. Corkum now up to Dion. Dion to Tenwold. Tenwold. Coming through. Shot saved by Black. Both goalies playing pretty good today. Black, of course, conceding the 1 goal of the contest. However, he is still having a good game. Craig. Over to Taylor. Taylor. Why not? Shoots it down. Why not? To Sim. Sim. Down to Brown. Shot. Save by Black. That was Henry Craig trying to get in there. Tanner Danton on the ice, son of former NHLer Mike Danton. Shot down. Pass shot, scores! And Western takes a 2-0 lead off of a big goal scored by, can't see his number, Dallas Bennett. And the fans are loving it. Western up 2-0 with 16:12 to go in the second period. One back to Why Not? Why not? Shot, scores! Colton Why Not scores his team leading 8th goal. And the Hurricanes are up 3-0. And looks like that will end Gordy Black's night as Lydia Higgs is put in net. Early tug there for Gordy Black. However, in a must-win game for the Whalers, feels like they need to get something going. Dimmel to Hughes. Hughes back up to Dimmel. Dimmel shot saved by Higgs. Why not? Rebound just wide. Knock keeps it in. McDonald up to Mosher. Mosher played to McDonald. McDonald can't keep it in. Wakeham gets the puck. Wakeham up. Played to Knock. Knock to Hughes. Hughes shot up. And that will be an icing. And we will have a offensive zone faceoff here for the Whalers. 15:23 to go here in the second period. LaRue shot. Scores! Jackson LaRue, I think even he was surprised that went in. But he cuts the lead to 2 here for the Whalers, as they needed to get that next one, and they got it. LaRue's 5th goal of the season, 10th point, puts him tied for 3rd on the team. The first-year forward, brother of former Whaler Reed LaRue. Ferguson up. Kept in by Taylor. Taylor over to Norton Connors. Norton Connors. Flipped up. Kept in by Churchill. LaRue up to Chip. Chip shoots it down. LaRue. Big hit. Taylor, that looks like that will be a penalty. Sear and Chambers looks pretty hurt there. We will turn away. Poor choice of song after after an extended injury pause. I don't know if that's intentional or unintentional, but I hope someone can understand the irony in that. 14:41 to go here in the second period. Tenwold. Shot. Save. So now the Hurricanes will get a 2-minute back to Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Down to Tenwold. Tenwold over to Santo. Shot no good. Tenwold. Through. Taken away by Norton Connors. Norton Connors. Up to Corkum. 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 Back to Why Not. Okay, play behind by LaRue. Or Norton Connors. Norton Connors up. Attempted to keep in by Corkum. No good. Corkum. Over to Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Tenwold. Tenwold. Up to Why Not. Why Not to Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Shot. Blocked by Wakeham. Wakeham coming up with it. Wakeham. Coming through. Wakeham. Across to Taylor. No good. Mood Ross. Up to Santo. Taken by Wakeham. Wakeham. Dumped in. Good kill there. 43 seconds to go here on this power play. Mood Ross with it. Mood Ross. Take it. Oh, McDougal. Nice forecheck there. Nice chance there. 13-19 to go here in the second period. We will have a Whalers offensive zone face-off on the penalty kill. Face-off one. Taylor. Back down to Dimmel. Dimmel. Dimmel now with the puck. Coming through. Dimmel. Kept in by McDougal. McDougal pass to Taylor. Taylor shot down. Played by Blim. Blim to McDougal. McDougal. McDougal taken by Blinn. Blinn up to Corkum. Corkum to Dion. Dion to McDougal. McDougal keeps in. Taken by Dion. Dion. Shot. Blocked by Taylor. Taylor is coming through. Taylor going for a skate. Taylor's got a burst of speed. Taylor still with the puck. Taylor shot just wide. Up taken by Blim. Blim up to Tenwold. Tenwold. Corkum taken by Higgs, and Higgs will cover. So that will do it for, or the power play was over a while ago, but so now we'll have back to 5-on-5 action. 12:04. Tenwold shot. Save. Ferguson shot down. Taken by Kostopoulos to LaRue. LaRue up to Sear. Sear to Wakeham. Wakeham coming through. Wakeham fans on a shot. Wakeham shoots it, and that will be covered by McMullen. Big hit after the whistle there. The coach wanted a penalty. Doesn't look like there will be any call. So with 11:44 to remaining in the second period, he'll have a Whalers offensive zone face-off and nothing else. Taken by Knock to Taylor. Taylor Over to Why Not. Why Not? Burst of speed. Gets past Kasopoulos. Why Not? Shot. Just wide. Why Not? Shoots it again. No good. Taken by Taylor. Taylor. Knock keeps it in. Knock. Shut down to Wakeham. Wakeham looking for a play. Taken by Hughes. Hughes. Over to Knock. Knock. Over to Taylor. Pass down to Dimmel. Dimmel over. Cross ice. Shot no good. Taylor up to Johnson. Johnson over to Brown. No good. Taken by Dimmel. Dimmel over to McKenzie. McKenzie shot no good. Oh, Dimmel, sorry. Still Dimmel. Bruce up to Sim. Sim loses it to Tenwold. Bruce still with it. Bruce over to Wakeham. Wakeham. Wakeham going for a skate. Wakeham flips it up. Shot saved by McMullen. Blinn now with it. Blinn up. Here comes the Hurricanes. It's D'Entremont. Already with one today. D'Entremont. Over to Tenwold. Tenwold back to Blim. Blim over to Mood Ross. Mood Ross down. Norton Connors. Norton Connors up to Sim. Kept in by Blim. Blinn. Over to Mood Ross. Mood Ross shot. Blocked by Taylor. Taylor. Going for a skate. Taylor up to Danton. Danton to Dion. Dion coming through. Shot saved by Bruce. Big hit by Sim. Tenwold. Tenwold with it. To Dion. Dion. Shot tipped. And that hits the mesh. 9:33 remaining here in the second period.
Castle Construction. Sales and Marketing. Atlantic Development. Luton Construction. Dartmouth Metals. And Park Rail.
Mosher. Coming through. Mosher to McDonald. McDonald. Back to Chisholm. Chisholm. Shot up. No good. Save by Santo. Santo to McDougall. McDougall keeps it in. McDougall to Mosher. Mosher to Hosian. Hosian to Santo. Santo shot. Fans on it. Santo shot it again. Taken away by Churchill. Churchill. Down to Craig. Craig to McDougall. McDougall to Chisholm. Chisholm. Big hit by Churchill. And now Hosian comes away with it. Hosian up to Ferguson. Ferguson shot. Saved by Mosher. Mosher to Chisholm. Chisholm up. Back to Mosher. Mosher. To Corkum. Corkum. Up to Hosian. Hosian to McDougall. McDougall to Ferguson. Ferguson to Bennett. Bennett. Up to Dimmel. Dimmel to Why Not. Why Not. Shot just wide. And that will be a penalty. So now the Hurricanes will get their second penalty of the game. Face off one. It's Santo to Corkum. Corkum shot down. No good. Taken by Dimmel. Dimmel down. Wakeham shoots it. And he shoots it down. McMullen to Corkum. Corkum skating up. Passes up to Dimmel. Dimmel. Dimmel up to Mood Ross. Mood Ross Down to Santo. Santo to Why Not. Why Not up to Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Shot. Fans on it. Mood Ross back to Why Not. Why Not shot. Or Corkum. Shot no good. Mood Ross shot. Big hit by Sim. Sim. And he dumps it down. Played by Corkum. Corkum. Shot. Saved by Higgs. Rebound. Santo no good. Santo still with the puck. Santo. Pass to Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Shot. Wide. Tip by Dimmel to Dion. Dion. Back to Corkum. Corkum to Dion. Wakeham. Up taken by Corkum. Corkum to Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Back to Corkum. Corkum. Down to Dion. Dion back to Corkum. Corkum shot. Just wide. Taken by Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Down to Santo. Santo to Bennett. Bennett tipped. And Mason Wakeham. Wakeham scores his 8th of the season. No. Looks like that goal will be credited to Dallas Bennett, and that's his 2nd of the game, I believe. And that makes it 4-1 now for the Hurricanes off of a brutal error from Mason Wakeham, who has been very solid for the Whalers this season. That is unlike him. Norton Connors. Over. LaRue. Back to Norton Connors. Norton Connors. Shot. Fanned on it. Taken by Chip. Chip to LaRue. LaRue. Shot. No good. Kept in by Norton Connors. Norton Connors. Down to Chip. Chip. Chips it up the boards. Kept by Chip. Chip. Up to Dion. Dion. Coming through. Dion loses it. Taken by Chip. Taken by LaRue. LaRue up to Sear. Sear going for a skate. Sear's got some open ice. Sear pushed down. Gets to his feet. LaRue. Back to Sear. Sear. Up. Taken by Knock. Taylor. Takes a shot. No good. Taken by Tenwold. Tenwold to Taylor. Taylor. Up to Hughes. Hughes to Taylor. Taylor. Taylor through to Brown. Brown up to Taylor. Taylor back to Brown. Brown. Up to Norton Connors. Norton Connors tipped by Taylor. McDougall. McDougall. Up to Brown. Brown coming through. Brown shot just wide. Taken by Taylor. Taylor down to Taylor. Taylor over to Taylor. Taylor shot. Save. High stick by McDougall. To Taylor. Taylor. Comes through. Taylor. Tried to find Brown up front. No good. Brown. Back to Taylor. Taylor back down to Brown. Brown. Tipped up. Taking about 10-Wold. 10-Wold. Over to Churchill. Churchill. Falls on it. Norton Connors. To McDougall. McDougall. Shoots it up. Saved and covered. So with 3:35 remaining here in the second period, we will have a Whalers offensive zone faceoff. Back to Chip. Chip. Down to Blinn. Blinn. Up now with it. Pass up to Why Not. Why Not. Back to McDonald. McDonald. Up past Mood Ross. Or Sear. Sear. Sear to LaRue. LaRue. To Chisholm. Chisholm up to Chip. Chip down to Sear. Sear shot just high. Nice angle there. LaRue pass to Craig. Craig can't get it. Taken away by Dimmel. Dimmel pass to Bennett. Shot no good. Off the mask of Higgs. Why not with it? Why not? Puck is loose out front, taken away by LaRue. LaRue up to Chip. Chip. Pass up to Brown. Brown. Back to Chip. Chip now. Up to McDougal. McDougal shot. And save. Taken by Dimmel. Dimmel. To Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos. Down to Mood Ross. Mood Ross. Tenwold. Tenwold. Shot down. To Blim. Blim. Up to Bennett. Bennett to Brown. Big hit there. And that will be a penalty. Interference. Penalty will go to Blake Mood Ross. So we will have the first Whalers power play of the game here with less than 2 minutes to go here in the second. So if they are unable to score here, then they will start the third with a power play. Taken by Ferguson. Ferguson shot up. Kept by Taylor. Taylor. Forecheck there by Churchill. Churchill got a chance here. Shot. Nice save by Higgs. Taylor. Taylor over to Wakeham. Wakeham. Skating through. Wakeham back down to Taylor. Taylor. Fans on the pass. Starts to find Taylor. Whalers will have to reset. Taylor. Over to Taylor. Taylor back to Taylor. Taylor. Over to Wakeham. Wakeham. Back to Taylor. Taylor. To Taylor. Taylor. Over to LaRue. LaRue. Shot. Save by McMullen. How many times have we heard that tonight? 48 seconds to go here in the second period. Gives it just under a minute to go on the power play. Pass back. Plays off one by Blim. Back to Blim. Battle here in the corner. Taken away by Bruce. Bruce to Brown. Brown. Back to Craig. Craig. Down to Chip. Chip. Shot. Save. Chip. Another shot. Another save. Shot up. No good. Taken by Higgs. Higgs to Craig. Craig. Up to Chip. Chip to Bruce. Bruce. Through to Brown. Brown to Chip. Chip back down to Brown. Brown tripped up. Another penalty incoming here. And this. Another long whistle there. Face off one by LaRue. LaRue back to Brown. Brown shot, and that will do it for the second period. And Western is 1 period away from getting their first or second win of the season. Don't go away. We'll be back in the third. Welcome back to the third and final period of some U15 major action between, and he scores! Mason Wakeham. His second of the game, first for his own team. He makes it 4-2 on the power play. And that was scored in the 11 seconds during the first power play, so they will still have a minute and 49 left on a 5-on-4. Wakeham, shot, save to McDougal. Pass up, played by Higgs behind the net. Higgs to Taylor. Taylor back to McDougal. McDougal or Taylor up to Wakeham. Wakeham coming through. Shot. Save. Wakeham gets it back. Wakeham pass to Taylor. Taylor to Taylor. Taylor. Down to McDougal. McDougal to Brown. Brown. Shot. Kept in. Up. 2. Now here comes Wakeham. Wakeham now with it. Wakeham coming through. Wakeham loses the puck. Kept in by Taylor. Taylor to Taylor. Still in the man advantage here. Taylor. Shot. Saved by McMullen. And he has been having quite a game for himself. Allowed 2 goals, but he has kept many pucks out of the net tonight. .31 seconds remaining here on the power play. Phase up one by LaRue to Sear. Sear to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos down to LaRue. LaRue. Down to Sear. Sear. Up to Santo. Santo chips it through. Play behind by Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos now. Shoots it down. Played by Ferguson. Ferguson, sick lift by LaRue. Up to Blinn. Blinn. Shot up to Chisholm. Chisholm to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos to LaRue. LaRue up to Sear. Sear down to Higgs. Higgs to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos up to LaRue. LaRue to Kostopoulos. Kept in by Dimmel. Dimmel up, taken away by LaRue. And that will be an icing there. 17-17 to go here in this third and final period. And we will have an offensive zone face-off for the Hurricanes. Dimmel. Pass back to Hughes. Hughes up to Wynot. Wynot kept in by Johnson. Johnson passes the stick to Sim. Sim tries to shoot it. No good. Blocked. Up. Now to Bennett. Bennett. Up. To Dimmel. Dimmel shot through. Tipped just off the crossbar. Lucky there for the Whalers. Norton Connors now. Sandwich in the boards. Norton Connors up to knock. Shot saved by Higgs. Score is still 4-2. Here for the For the Hurricanes, the hometown Whalers are going to have to score a couple quick ones here if they want to get their third win of the season before the Christmas break. Pass back here, shot, puck out in front of the net, no good. Kept in by Blinn. Blinn down to Tenwell. Shot up, down to Dion. No good, up to D'Entremont. Looks like that will be offside, so we will have a neutral zone faceoff. Levi Chisholm back to the bench after that injury he suffered early in the game. Good to see that. Tanner Denton, his U13 AA teammate, on the ice now as well. Blinn up to Dion, taken away by Bruce. Bruce shoots it in. Mosher on it. It's hit by Mosher. Denton gets in there. Denton to Bruce. Bruce. Down to Mosher. Mosher to Taylor. Taylor back to Mosher. Mosher coming through. Mosher pass up to Wakeham. Wakeham shot just wide. Taken by Blinn. Blinn up to Tenwald. Tenwald to Taylor. Taylor over to Wakeham. Wakeham back to Taylor. Taylor now still with it. Taylor up to McDougall. McDougall coming through. Puck taken away here by Corkum. Corkum pass up to
Thank you to our sponsors, Mitsubishi, Garden Hicks Capital Incorporated, Jones Hicks Real Estate, and Mo, Genesco Contracting, and Blue Light Studio.
and we'll have a center ice face-off. I'm not sure why. However, it will happen. Face-off one here, back to Corkum. Corkum, pass to Blinn. Blinn to Corkum. Corkum to Churchill. Churchill. Puck chased down, found by Wakeham. Wakeham up to Brown. Brown over to McDougall. McDougall to Wakeham. Wakeham coming through, taken away by Corkum. Corkum to Taylor. Taylor over to Wakeham. Wakeham coming up with it. Wakeham. Puck flipped up to Lucas. Lucas. Puck taken away by Taylor. Taylor now tripped up, and that will be a penalty in a big moment here for the Whalers. With 14:11 to go in the third period, they will get a very necessary power play. 2 minutes here to potentially cut this lead in half. Face-off one, back to Taylor. Taylor, shot, save. Corkum, shot up.
2 minutes tripping. Time of penalty, 4 minutes.
Shot down, played by Higgs.
5 minutes, 49 seconds.
Higgs to Taylor.
And your still Mitsubishi power play.
Hey, up to Wakeham. Wakeham. Taken by Why Not. Why Not. Over to Dimmel. Big hit there, LaRue. Down to Taylor. Taylor. Pass over to Wakeham. Wakeham back to Taylor. Taylor up to Johnson. Johnson pass to LaRue. Or Taylor. Taylor now coming up with it. Taylor. Skates past. Tries to find Wakeham back door. No good. Taken by Dimmel. Now here's Dimmel on the penalty kill. Chips it down. Still maintains possession. Dimmel still with the puck. Out to Ferguson. Ferguson shot no good. Taken by Wakeham. Wakeham. Back to Taylor. Taylor. Over to McDougall. McDougall. Coming through with it. McDougall over to Bruce. Can't find a stick. Taken by Taylor. Taylor. Taylor back to Craig. Craig. Up to Bruce. Bruce. To Church. Bruce down to Craig. Craig. Up to Brown. Brown. Taken up by Bennett. Bennett. Big hit by Bruce. Bruce taken away by Blinn. Blinn now. Blinn up to Santo. Santo shot. Saved by Higgs. Rebound. Higgs will cover. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 11:54 to go here in the third. Every play is meaningful. It's off one. Taken by Brown. Brown over to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos. Back to Chisholm. Chisholm. To Sim. Sim digging in the corner there. Up to Sim. Sim. Over to McDonald. McDonald. McDonald to Sim. Sim. Taken down, and that will be a penalty. It looks like some punches are being thrown by Knox Hughes. These players will need to be separated. And now the initial penalty was given to Jude Sim. But it looks like both players will now get penalties due to the retaliation, along with Luke Kostopoulos. So they will sort this mess out. And with 11:17 to go in the third period, looks like Western will get a power play. So we will have a 2 minutes penalty here. Corkum down, taken by Taylor. Taylor kept in by Corkum. Corkum.
Penalties to the Hurricanes, number 20, Knox Hughes.
Corkum down behind the net, out front. Taken by Corkum. Corkum.
Number 5,
Over to Dimmel.
4 minutes.
Dimmel.
Number 7,
Back to Dimmel. Dimmel. Over to Corkum.
roughing after the whistle.
Corkum shot. Saved by Higgs.
23 seconds.
Rebound by Santo. Oh good. Norton Connors with the puck in the corner. Norton Connors. Poked free by Taylor. Taylor now coming up. Taylor. Over to McDougall. McDougall backhand shot. No good. Taylor keeps it in. Back to McDougall. McDougall another backhand shot. Shot is blocked. Taylor keeps it in the zone. Taylor shot just wide. Pass up to Santo. Santo to Dimmel. Dimmel, puck taken away by Mosher. Mosher dumps it down on the penalty kill. Tenwold. Behind the net. To Corkum. Corkum to Tenwold. Tenwold, puck taken by Sear. Pass up. Play by Blinn. Blinn. Blinn skating up, coming through. Taken by Craig. Craig to Taylor. Taylor going for a skate. Taken aback by Tenwold. Tenwold. Over to Taylor. Taylor. Up to Sear. Sear keeps it in. Sear. Up, tries to find Taylor, no good. Taylor, up to Chip. Chip. Can't find it, kept in by LaRue. LaRue, over to Ferguson. Ferguson down to Corkum. Corkum, kept in by Chip. Chip, waiting for his teammates to get on side here as he goes into the offensive zone himself. Over to Ferguson. Brown Johnson knocks him off. Taken away by Ferguson. Ferguson back to Corkum. Corkum kept in by Wakeham. Wakeham coming around. Wakeham shot. Save. Rebound Churchill. Churchill coming up with it. Churchill. Pass. To why not? LaRue now with the puck. LaRue. Shot down. Taken by Ferguson. Ferguson up to Churchill. Churchill. And that will be offside or icing. So we will have an offensive zone face-off here with 7:48 to go in the third period. Whalers need to get one here soon. McDougall, shot up, shot out front. McDougall, up to Taylor. Taylor, over to Taylor. Taylor, down to Brown. Brown, tries to find McDougall up front, no good. Brown with puck behind the net. Brown, up front to Taylor. Taylor shot, rebound McDougall. Brown, Taylor tries to dive in, no good. Puck taken by Brown. Brown shot, save, McDougall gets the rebound, taken by Churchill. Churchill up, no good. Over to Craig. Craig to Taylor. Taylor played up to Bruce. Bruce. Over to McDonald. McDonald. McDonald takes a hit there from Hughes. Or Knox. Battle for the puck here behind the net. Kept in by Wakeham. Wakeham. Taken out, Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos now. Back to Wakeham. Wakeham over to McDonald. McDonald to Wakeham. Wakeham skating up. Shot. Save by McMullen. 6:03 remaining in the third and final frame of action here. And oh, never mind. I thought I called timeout. They just need someone to go over and close that door. Face off one, back to Wakeham. Wakeham shot. Tipped off the stick of Ferguson, but that is no good. Played by Johnson. Johnson. Pass up to Tenwold. Tenwold to Churchill. Churchill coming through. And that will be a penalty, yep. Hey. And that is a cross check to the head. And then Chip trips him. No, you cannot do any of those things that just happened there on the ice. So Kostopoulos and Johnson and Taylor. So the Whalers will call a timeout. So we will have a face-off here in the offensive zone.
Hurricane penalty to number 12, Senator Churchill. 2 minutes slashing.
Tenwold
Number 7.
to Blinn.
Kostopoulos.
Blinn back to Tenwold. Tenwold out front to Dion. Taken by Taylor. Taylor 2-on-1 here on the penalty kill. Taylor over to McDougal. McDougal shot. Glove saved by McMullen. You can hear the Western parents coming all out for this one. I'll say it. Santo over to Why Not? Why Not? Shot just wide. Taylor. Taylor skating up, taken by Dimmel. Stick lifted by Taylor. Taylor back to Taylor. Taylor tries to find someone out front. No one's there. Taken away by Santo. Santo up to Why Not? Why Not? Puts it through the legs. Taken by Taylor. Taylor to Wakeham. Wakeham. Up to Dimmel. Dimmel. Over to Blim. Blinn over to Corkum. Corkum now. Corkum shot saved by Higgs. Taken by Tenwold. Tenwold out front, back door. No good. Almost scored by Blinn. Blinn back to Santo. Taken away by D'Entremont. Out front, and he scores! Is that Henrik Tenwold? Looks like it, and he gets his 5th of the year. And with only 3:59 to go here, in the third period, and Western up 3 goals, it looks like the Whalers will need a miracle here. Corkum up to Ferguson. Ferguson shot down, taken by Craig. Craig over to Norton Connors. Norton Connors coming through. Taken by Ferguson. Ferguson to Sim. To Norton Connors. Norton Connors to Sear. Sear to Dimmel. Dimmel to Corkum. Corkum shot down. to Dimmel. 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 Taken by Bennett. Bennett out front. Shot. Tip. No good. Taken by Bennett again. Bennett out to Dimmel. Dimmel. Now here's Norton Connors with the puck. Norton Connors. To Bruce. Taken by Tenwold. Tenwold. To Sear. Sear dumps it down. Unable to get a stick on it. Ferguson. So Ferguson will come up with it. Ferguson. Up. Taken by Taylor. Taylor. Over to Wakeham. Wakeham coming in. Wakeham shot deflected. Wakeham coming back. Out front to McDougall. McDougall down to Taylor. Taylor, goalie's pulled. Mosher with the puck. Mosher. Puck taken away here by Dion. Dion up to Tenwold. Tenwold shoots it. McDougall kept in by D'Entremont. Shot by Dion, blocked. Brown now with it. Whalers got to get something here quick. Taylor up. Wakeham with it. Wakeham over to McDougall. McDougall over to Taylor. Taylor. Taylor shot down to D'Entremont. And that will be offside. Puts the puck in the net, however, that will be offside. But with a minute 29 to go here in the third, the Whalers need to act fast if they want any chance at tying this game up. Looks like Higgs will need to return to ice, if only for a brief moment. Taken by McDonald. Up to Why Not. Why Not. Over to Dimmel. Dimmel to Santo. Santo. Back to out front to Dimmel. No good. Taken by Taylor. Taylor to Sim. Sim. Up to Danton. Danton to Wakeham. Wakeham. Over to McDonald. McDonald. Pass over to Sim. Sim to McDonald. To Wakeham. Wakeham taken by Santo. Santo coming through. He's got a breakaway. Santo shot. And he scores. 5-hole to make it 6-2 here. Further the Hurricanes, just to add a little bit of insult to injury, as they are up 4 goals with just 29 seconds remaining. And safe to say this game is over. It would take a miracle and then some for the Whalers, I'd say. Chisholm to Craig. Craig back to Chisholm. Chisholm up to Bruce. Bruce taken away by Corkum. To Craig. Craig over to Chisholm. Chisholm up through. Kept in by Hosian. Hosian. And that will do it. Western takes a 6-2 win in a scrappy game here at the Sportsplex. And they get their second win of the season right before the holiday break. From all of us here at High Bun Sports, my name is James Bryan. Don't go away. We got Subs Weeks up next here.